What are the major concerns golf pros have about the PGA Tour's LIV Golf-style season proposal? This is an exclusive look at the PGA Tour's big changes as it deals with the impact of LIV Golf's new financial model. We'll explore how the PGA Tour might restructure its season and adjust event formats, and from the intense competition with LIV Golf to the players' reactions and legal entanglements. Hold your breath for this incredible story. Our team has delved into comprehensive sources like Golf Digest and Golf Week, uncovering the latest updates on the PGA Tour's potential overhaul. We've gathered exclusive insights and intriguing stories you won't want to miss. Let's begin into the impact of Saudi Arabia's investment on the PGA Tour's traditional ways. The sport is evolving in ways that challenge traditional methods. At the center of this change is the big financial support from Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF. LIV Golf's strategy includes offering huge amounts of money through guaranteed contracts and large prize pools, which has drawn some of golf's top players like Phil Mickelson and Dustin Johnson. This surge in money has had a big impact on the PGA Tour, which has traditionally rewarded players based on their performance and success on the course, rather than giving upfront contracts. This shift in money has put a lot of pressure on the PGA Tour to adapt and stay competitive. Traditionally, the PGA Tour's model was based on performance, with players earning their income through prize money and sponsorships. But now, with the tempting guaranteed payouts and big financial incentives from LIV Golf, the PGA Tour is having to rethink its payment structure. In response, the PGA Tour is looking at ways to boost its financial offerings to better compete with LIV Golf's impressive contracts. Recently, PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan opened up about the tour's future, especially in light of the ongoing talks with LIV Golf. Monahan revealed that the PGA Tour is considering major changes to its structure that could overhaul the entire season. Right now, the PGA Tour runs on a wraparound season format that goes from the previous calendar year into the current one. But there's growing talk and proposals to switch to a more traditional January to September schedule. This proposed change would not only make the season more straightforward, but could also address a major concern for players and fans: the lack of high-profile events during the off-season. To fill this gap and keep the competitive spirit alive, the PGA Tour is thinking about adding an international series after the FedEx Cup. This series might feature new formats like team events, 3-round tournaments, and elements similar to LIV Golf style, such as shotgun starts and no-cut formats. These new ideas aim to keep players engaged and make sure the tour remains exciting and interesting all year round. The controversy over LIV Golf's funding continues to stir up strong opinions. Backed by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, LIV Golf faces criticism for allegedly engaging in sports washing, trying to improve its image by using the league to distract from serious human rights issues. Critics argue that the league is being used to soften the country's reputation, which has faced scrutiny over its treatment of human rights, freedom of speech, and women's rights. This debate has sparked a lot of discussion, not just within the golf community, but also among the public. Prominent golfers like Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods have made it clear that they're against joining LIV Golf, highlighting their concerns about the ethical implications and their loyalty to the traditional tour. Meanwhile, players who have taken up LIV's generous offers have faced criticism for prioritizing money over these moral issues. The golf world remains deeply divided on this matter, and Jay Monahan, the PGA Tour Commissioner, has a tough job ahead. He needs to navigate these complex issues while trying to keep the sport's reputation intact and balance the needs of players, sponsors, and fans. How he handles this will be crucial for the future of professional golf. Now, why is Xander Schauffele worried about the PGA Tour's future changes? As the PGA Tour looks at changing its schedule, players like Xander Schauffele have been open about their concerns. Schauffele, known for his impressive performances, has spoken out about how tough the current wraparound season is on players. The constant travel and long periods away from family can be really hard on both the body and mind. Schauffele's honesty sheds light on a growing worry among golfers about how this demanding schedule affects their personal lives and overall health. Many top players share Schauffele's concerns and are calling for a more balanced schedule. They believe the packed calendar with its many tournaments and extensive travel leads to significant fatigue and stress. This relentless pace can make it harder for them to stay at their best, both physically and mentally. The pressure of keeping up with such a grueling schedule can take away from their enjoyment of the game and their ability to perform well. A big worry for Schauffele is the idea of adding even more events, especially if these new tournaments become mandatory through the Player Impact Program, PIP. The PIP is designed to reward players for their popularity and how they engage with fans, but there's a concern that it could force players to compete in more events. This added pressure might lead to burnout and make the already tough schedule even harder to handle. Schauffele's comments reflect a broader worry among players that increased requirements could strain their health and performance. While growing the game and engaging fans is important, Schauffele believes it shouldn't come at the cost of players' well-being. Finding a balance that allows players to perform well while also taking care of themselves is key. His perspective highlights the need for ongoing conversations between players and tour leaders. As the PGA Tour looks to the future, feedback from players like Schauffele will be crucial in shaping a schedule that works for everyone involved. How will the legal battle between LIV Golf and the PGA Tour impact who plays in golf's biggest championships? The ongoing legal fight between LIV Golf and the PGA Tour is adding more confusion to the world of professional golf. The trouble began when the PGA Tour suspended players who switched to LIV Golf. In response, LIV Golf sued the PGA Tour, claiming it's trying to keep a monopoly on the sport. The PGA Tour then countersued, and the legal battle doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. This ongoing struggle could have lasting effects on how the sport is managed and how players compete. The ongoing clash between LIV Golf and the PGA Tour raises big questions about how major golf tournaments might be affected and whether players from both tours will be included. Key events like the Masters, the US Open, the Open Championship, and the PGA Championship are not directly run by the PGA Tour. Each has its own organizing committee. Still, there's growing concern about whether LIV Golf players such as Jon Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau will be allowed to compete in these major tournaments. These tournaments are the most prestigious in golf and have a long-standing tradition. Decisions made about LIV players could shape the future of professional golf. If LIV players are banned, it might lead to a split in the sport and affect the overall excitement and competitiveness of these events. On the other hand, letting LIV players compete might help ease tensions, but could also change the traditional feel of the tournaments. Another issue is how LIV Golf players might fit into regular PGA Tour events. While including them could help reduce the tension, it might also meet with resistance. Players like Xander Schauffele have talked about their already busy schedules and might not be thrilled about adding more mandatory events. Schauffele and others have been pushing for fewer commitments to better focus on their game, so adding more events could be a problem. The PGA Tour will need to find a way to balance everyone's interests while dealing with these changes in the sport. Fan reactions to LIV Golf are still mixed. Some are excited by the new team formats and shotgun starts, which offer a fresh take on golf. Others feel these changes go against the sport's traditions. Players also have mixed feelings. Some enjoy the freedom and financial benefits of LIV Golf, while others regret their decision due to the negative feedback from fans and fellow golfers. As LIV Golf and the PGA Tour work through these issues, the future of professional golf remains up in the air. Wow, what a whirlwind of changes hitting the PGA Tour. From potential schedule shakeups to the intense clash with LIV Golf, it's clear the future of golf is taking some major turns. What do you think about these proposed changes and the ongoing legal battle? Are you excited or concerned about what's next for golf's biggest events? If you enjoyed diving into this topic with us, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates and in-depth discussions on all things golf.